What's going on, people? Why is Kevin laughing? I'll tell you why Kevin is laughing. Because Kevin called this. Look, go through my archives and look at every single video I did about Me Too. I said it, that women are making it harder for themselves. Why? Because number one, women are not equal to men. Women don't build societies. Women don't create businesses. You depend on men to hire you. That's why you flash your degrees around. So when you come supporting this Me Too bullshit, some of you, I should say most, when you come with your feminism ideologies, you're only making it bad for yourself and other females. And I've said it, that the solution is one of two things. You either stop hiring females, which is a little bit harsh, I know, or you screen women. You really screen them very, very hard. And the reason I say it's harsh to not hire women is because you have good females out here who don't support the nonsense, and they have to feed their families, but they said the good have to suffer for the bad. But guess what? I also said that these rich men who control society, legislations and laws, they need to take control of this Me Too shit and get rid of it. Well, guess what? Wall Street guys are now spooked. Let's see what they have to say, shall we? Oh, let me read the title. I'm sorry. Wall Street rule for the Me Too era. Avoid women at all cost. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's read, shall we? No more dinners with female colleagues. Don't sit next to them on flights. Book hotel rooms on different floors. Avoid one-on-one meetings. In fact, as a wealth advisor put it, just hiring a woman these days is an unknown risk. What if she took something he said the wrong way? Let's continue. I'm pretty sure that has happened to many of you guys, likewise myself. Across Wall Street, men are adopting controversial strategies for the Me Too era and, in the process, making life even harder for a woman. Why is it harder for women? Because women don't build. Women don't fight wars. I've had this back and forth with many females on YouTube who think we're equal. We're not. I keep saying this. The proof is in the pudding. Nature never lies. I've never seen a woman building a house. I've never seen a woman building skyscrapers. I've never seen it. Until I see it, I will think otherwise. Let's continue. Call it the Pence effect. After U.S. Vice President Mike Pence, who has said he avoids dining alone with any woman other than his wife. In finance, the overarching impact can be, in essence, gender segregation. Ha ha. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's continue here. Interviews with more than 30 senior executives suggest many are spooked by Me Too and struggling to cope. It's creating a sense of walking on eggshells, said David Banson, a former managing director of Morgan Stanley, who's now an independent advisor overseeing more than $1.5 billion. This is hardly a single industry phenomenon, as men across the country check their behavior at work to protect themselves in the face of what they consider unreasonable political correctness, or to simply do the right thing. The upshot is forceful on Wall Street, where women are scarce in the upper ranks, and it should continue so. It should continue so. The industry has also long nurtured a culture that keeps harassment complaints out of the courts and public eye, and has so far avoided a mega scandal like the one that has engulfed Harvey Weinstein. Let me pause for a second, because I have to say something here. For my new subscribers, this channel here is not a politically correct channel. I'm very raw. I don't pander to females. I don't disrespect females, but I don't pander to them. Okay? I don't do that. Not over here. Because I do not believe men and women are equal. It doesn't mean women are beneath me. It doesn't mean they are, they should be disrespected. That's not what I believe. But I don't believe men and women are equal. That doesn't work over here. Okay? I believe women should get employment, but I believe that women should play their roles. And I also believe that there are, we have male pedophiles and thirsty men and rapists out here and even in the workforce. And these companies should also screen these men and punish these men if found to be guilty of sexual harassment. Because I know it happens. It happens. There are perverts in the workplace. So I'm not going to put everything on the females. But I do know that a lot of these females fuck their bosses for money and prestige and to be ranked in higher positions. Okay? And then they come out here crying foul, crying rape and sexual harassment. And a lot of these females like controversy. Females like chaos. So many females are shit starters. Okay? And they get in the workplace or wherever and they make false claims and false accusations on guys who they are not attracted to or for whatever reason. And this is why I have the views that I have. But let's continue with this juicy, article here. So I find it very, very juicy. Real loss. Now, more than a year into the Metoo movement, with its devastating revelations of harassment and abuse in Hollywood, Silicon Valley, and beyond, Wall Street risks becoming more of a boys' club rather than less of one. Women are grasping for ideas on how to deal with it because it's affecting our careers, said Karen Elinsky, and it should. It should. Who is the president of the Financial Women's Association and a senior vice president at Wells Fargo and Company. It's a real loss. There's a danger too for companies that fail to squash the isolating backlash and don't take steps to have top managers be open about the issue and make it safe for everyone to discuss it, said Stephen Zweig, an employment attorney with Ford Harrison. If men avoid working or traveling with women alone, or stop mentoring women for fear of being accused of sexual harassment, he said, those men are going to back out of a sexual harassment complaint and right into a sex discrimination complaint. Boom. Boom. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you don't hire females, or if you stay away from them, they're going to cry sexual discrimination. Just like if you don't hire a gay person or you don't bake a cake for a gay person, they say, well, you're discriminating against gays. It's a hate crime. So if you don't hire a woman to save your ass from being falsely accused, they're going to come with sexual discrimination. Or not sexual, but sex discrimination or gender discrimination. So hire them so as not to be labeled a discriminator of sex or gender, and then put yourself at risk to be accused of sexual harassment so these females can get a payout. Let me tell you what the solution is. The solution is for women to start creating their own Fortune 500 companies, their own small businesses. Start creating your own jobs. Oh, but you can't because we're not equal. And the female mind doesn't really have that capability like a man's mind. Oh my gosh. So that's not a solution. I hope those females who like to say that men and women are equal are watching this video. If they're not, please share it with them, please. Thank you. Let me see if I can continue here. Channeling Pence. While the new personal code for dealing with the Metoo have only begun to ripple, the shift is already palpable. I don't know. I've never heard of that word. According to the people interviewed who declined to be named, they work for hedge funds, law firms, banks, private equity firms, and investment management firms. For obvious reasons, few will talk openly about the issue. Privately, though, many of the men interviewed acknowledge they are channeling Pence, saying how uneasy they are about being with female colleagues, particularly youthful and attractive ones, fearful of the rumor mill or of, as one put it, the potential liability. A manager in infrastructure investment said he won't meet with female employees in rooms without windows anymore. He also keeps his distance in elevators. A late 40-something in private equity said he has a new rule established on the advice of his wife, an attorney. No business dinner with a woman 35 or younger. Now, I'm not going to continue to read this. You guys can go check it out. But it was bound to get to this point. It was bound to get to this point. And I'm actually happy. I'm actually happy because in this world, I believe that we have given women too much power. Just too much. Right? And a lot of these females are trying to take over what men have built. And they're using this sex accusations to do so. Women are manipulative and they tend to use their bodies to get what they want. We know this. Like I said, women don't build societies. I've never seen a female building a house. I've never seen a female building a skyscraper. I've never seen a female building a bridge. I've never seen it. And I do not believe that a man should use his brain power, work hard to build his business and hire females, and all a female has to do is to accuse you of touching her on her shoulder or something like that and say she was harassed and in fear of her life or some bullshit like that, and then you lose your business and your livelihood. That's not fair. It's not. Okay? And again, you do have men out here, because you do have some bosses who will flirt with these females and use his power to have sex with these females. That does exist. It does. Don't get me wrong. It does. It happens. But like I said, if those men are found guilty, they should be punished. You know, the workplace is not for sex and raping people or anything like that. Well, nowhere is for raping people. But the workplace is not for that. It's a professional space. Okay? Sex should not be involved there. But these females should stop using their bodies and their minds to manipulate their way into a man's pockets by taking his money. And also, for the females who are clamoring to get higher positions in companies, I'm not a supporter of that. I've had female bosses before when I was working for a couple of companies. Even female employees don't like female bosses. A woman in power, oh shit, she's going to make you know that she has power. And they usually don't make the best decisions because they make decisions based on emotions and not based on what's best for the company. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm out. I'll see you guys some other time.